can Nigeria take your word today to say they can trust the Tinubu government that he has
absolutely
their interests at heart and is going to do the right thing,
100%.
Especially at the threat that with the way it's going, this government will lose in 2027 if he decides to be on the ballot.
To lose to who? I wish them luck, but that's politics for you. I wanted to show you this. Look, local inputs and others seen driving down FMCG cost. Okay, that's business day. Forest scarcity forces manufacturers to get creative and adopt local whatever. That is a nairametrics. That's manufacturers myself below losses local content. You can see that it's never easy. To actually get a country to get better. It's the things that we're used to. Okay, you can see several initiatives in that area. It's the things that we're used to and our habits. Are we ready to change it? Because for example, now the average life of a Nigerian, we know that we don't like the tough life. We want to flex, we want to do our parties, we want to spend our money anyhow that we wish. We want to drive the big cars, we want to have several of them. We build our houses from scratch, and that's why the president, you see that is big on the issue of credit. To as a way of reducing corruption, you build your house from foundation to the roof without borrowing 1 naira. None of your friends who live abroad who have jackpot they can't try it. You get a mortgage for 30 years, you pay. In my sojourn around the world, I tell my friend, I've never seen one of them who finished paying their mortgage. I've not seen one of them. Because usually by the time, if you are even the very strict type, you pay for 10 years and you have equity of $100,000, you want to take it, there's something you have to do with that $100,000. You're back to square one. People die and leave mortgages for their children to start battling with, Look, so our life is different here. So we have to be careful what we're asking for.
But the agitation that is growing on, can your party and this government survive it?
What agitation are you talking about? This is political agitation as far as I'm concerned.
You don't think that the reality, they are real economic...
No. I've been able to show you right here, if you would review this video, that indeed the economic part of it, we're getting out of it. This is not the time to agitate about the economy. I'm giving you that. And I put the responsibility back from federal government. I've actually brought the state governments in, local governments in. And I've also brought the private sector in, including yourself, including your platforms, including the other places, to say that, look, this is time for you to think about all of these, younger people. What are you doing for them? What are if they are where they were last year is unacceptable because your company is not where it was last year. I've put the responsibility back. So I don't see what you're talking about in terms of economy. Now we can only say, okay, you know what, let's get constructive. How can we mentor?
But the narrative is not in the favor of your government.
How can we the narrative that's painted, maybe because the media sentiment, but the election will not be done in the media. If media sentiment is aligning with opposition
can the government survive
and
it? Can the government survive it?
I don't see you remove Tinubu in 2027. I don't even see where you're going to start.
With an article?
It's going to end up in frustration. Honestly, they don't even have a platform anymore. Which platform are they using? Where are all those parties? How can they pull together? So unfortunately, the media
is that why the government is not very serious about?
Oh, come on, so that's why the media seems to be aligning with their sentiment. But I'm telling you, even though the media may not be collecting
aligning with the sentiment of the people of Nigeria, the voices of the people who are feeling the brunt.
When did opposition become the voice of the people? They can't be the voice of the people.
It's in the leg of democracy.
The people
opposition,
are wise, and apart from people
the civil
who have
society,
social media,
the media.
I have a message for especially the younger social media savvy people. I'm going to tell you the truth. You may not find it very palatable, but the truth is the truth. For those of you who are positive, if you curse your country, you get a curse back. If you bless your country, you gotta get blessed back. This country, look, the best place for anybody to do business in the world is in the country where they're from. I did business in the United Kingdom for more than 10 years. I've done business in the UAE. I've done business in the US. I've seen that, look, where you're from is what matters. rather than we should build this one that we have, rather than chasing what doesn't exist all around the world. Please, so look, it's not as bad. Don't let anybody, and I'm talking to very young people, don't let anybody come and wind you up and get you angry for no reason, such that you now begin to wear the negativity around your body. In fact, the fact that people have jackpot from this country, the truth is that they've also created a lot of job opportunities. But again, for those you can see, if you can see help yourself, think about the course you are doing. If you are the type that can go to university, be sure that you're positioned for you to be relevant even in the future. There are still things that are continue to be relevant. We can project for 10, 20 years, even in spite of artificial intelligence. The people who are in medicine, in engineering, and all of these people, they never, they are never sitting at home, they're never idle, And apart from that also, you have to ensure that, when you get serious with yourself. If you get involved if you let yourself be carried away, some people let themselves be carried away, then they start to do drugs, they start to do all sorts of things, and that actually takes you out. How many drug addicts are in Nigeria? So if let's say they have 1 million or 2 million drug addicts in Nigeria, they come together and say, oh, we are suffering, when the problem they have is actually the drug addiction, which some of them have refused to kick. So are we going to condemn Nigeria on that basis?
I will ask you on the final note.
And I'll say, before that one, I'll also say there's opportunity in the technical area. Do you know the ordinary welders? We can't find good ones in Nigeria. We need good ones. And there are institutes. And even in Udu here, I shared something on my social media on Facebook the other day. In Udu here, there's factories where people who are, people who are in the fashion area, they want to sew something. You can walk in there, pay like 2,000 naira every day, do all your sewing in that place. Who cares? Smedan is the one running it. People have deadened their senses to the possibilities and the positives around them, and it's just so sexy for you to come in front of a light, say the government is terrible, it's okay, let's go and rant for 30 days. It's great. I just put out another article now, which I started with the fact that, look, it's great to rant. It gives you some sort of catharsis, takes it off your mind. You can even blow. And when you blow, you can become a sensation. And then you can be paid by YouTube and paid by Insta, paid by Facebook for being a wonderful social media person. But it cannot take away the need for you to be pragmatic, to be a pragmatic thinker, and to think for your life and keep your head down, because again, everything takes a process. If Shehu is successful today, Shehu, you've been at this for more than 25 years. I've been working for about 34 years now. So if I happen to have 1 or 2 naira today, which, well, I'm not rich yet, but I'm okay where I am. I'm just okay. But you have to think about the trajectory that I've followed up to where I got to here. But is anybody teaching all these young people this thing? People don't care anymore. We assume they know it, when in fact a lot of them just need a very good lecture in personal financial management and personal effectiveness. As a boy, you've gone to school, you put tattoo on your neck. Which bank your oil company is going to employ you? So if you find yourself outside, you want to be a creative, fine, you can remain a creative and you can do well in creative. But for every Davido and every Ashake, do you know there are 10, 20,000 people that have dropped by the wayside?